Ultimately, it's up to you what you desire to share in regards to your vulnerability.
The talking points. What would you like the talking points to be?
How we navigate through the ups and downs of this journey. Authentically assessing where we're at with our mental health and asking for assistance. All right, ready? Peace, y'all. Much love and much life to you. This is our second day of our documentation of our journey with our free birth. This is our second day of our documentation about our free birth. Ahmad, I am currently 8 months pregnant. What's up? It's been a minute, yo. And we are documenting our journey as we call it love tyrants because we are rooted in thinking about what it means to create foundations for new systems of governance, because like Malcolm X said, you can't really change things within the confines of the system. You got to make something new. And a free birth, we've been planning to have a free birth, which is where you don't have a medical professional with you, where the woman's body births the baby on its own. With the chosen support, we do desire a doula. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. And we're really just opening up about our journey, because when you say to somebody, I desire to create solutions to build new systems of governance, a lot of times people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would you do that? Or that's not possible, or something. But we're in a position where we really believe it, and we really believe in it. And right now, when you do that, all of this talk about the matrix programming, all of this talk about the matrix and the programming and the mentality and the what's going on, and depending on how deep you want to go into it, we're actively detoxing and coming back to a sense of we were born into this system, but we don't have to be of this system. So this baby, we're now at 8.5 months. This baby is not just a baby, but it's also a representation of our hopes and our dreams for creating a blueprint for what is possible. What does it mean to be sovereign? What does it mean to create sustainable forms of governance? And we are pushing it. We are absolutely pushing it. And we're now at a position where opening up and really sharing our story, because it's not easy. It's not, you have to dive deep into healing family trauma, and you have to dive deep into thinking like, okay, how responsible am I to this world? How, if I really want to say that I love myself and that I want to heal myself, how far am I willing to take responsibility for that? And in that taking responsibility, it creates opportunities for a lot of vulnerable moments. So I know that we've been talking about vulnerability for the past couple of days, and being vulnerable about our position, being vulnerable about being in a vulnerable position. Um, yeah, we're just talking about, today we're talking about our challenges that we've made it through, how we've gotten through them. We're talking about the challenges that we do come up with, and just highlighting that we do desire assistance on our journey right now. So
I know not to act too high and mighty, 'cause tomorrow I might fall flat on my back. Thank the Lord for sunshine, thank Him for rain, thank the Lord for joy, and thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Hey. So like, I'm vulnerability. I saw, shout out the community 50/50 CEO Z-Bay. Um, to be a servant leader, you have to serve and lead, and you lead by leading yourself. Today I've been resting. I've been real chill. Um, I had a good cry today, like a really good cry. Um, discussing like my role, seeing where my family's manipulative, predatory vibrations played a part. I stay up to about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning the past few days, getting downloads, uploads, and I look at my social medias as a reference points of ancestral intelligence, and then what the relationship that E and I have created. We get to start our mornings with, or our risings with, meditations and intentional clearing of the root chakra, which allows us to stay safe, or stay in safety, to feel safe. And we've been blessed to have people, places, and things that want to support the best way that they know how. But we also been plagued with a lot of our karmic debt coming back to rear its head. My mom and brother invited us to stay with them on Thursday
for real,
for a night. Yeah, it's crazy. My son is out of jail and pulling on energy. My cry came from transmuting the trauma that plagues not just my family, but societies that grew up the way we grew up. And this free birth, big up to Guillermo, this free birth is an opportunity for us to heal a lot of that when we know what we desire. What do you desire, E? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
I desire for solutions to make themselves known, opportunities to make themselves known. I desire for Imani's arrival to be as peaceful and as ease-filled as possible. I desire for water birth and Airbnb with a support system around us where I desire that. You know what I want? I want that feeling of, damn, we kept pushing through and we had all of these ideas about what could possibly go wrong, and we pushed through, and we felt the ups and downs of not knowing what was next. And I want that feeling of like, we really didn't have to worry about a damn thing, did we? Nope. No, we didn't. We talked about it being taken care of. Yep. Yeah, we did. That sense of all of that work and that energy into maintaining a sense of faith, coming back to us and looking at us in the eyes and saying, we were good this whole time. That's what I want. I think focusing on the specific manifestations of it. I found that what works best for me is just focusing on the feeling of what it feels like, to feel that sense of relief. It's like we were good this whole time. Being able to look back and being able to still accumulate that feeling in this present moment, and still knowing that there are so many moments where we have to push through and view things as a challenge to ground ourselves, and just trusting the fact that the solutions and the opportunities are flowing to us, and all we have to do is just be open to receiving them and be divinely inspired. We'll know when it's right. We'll know when it is appropriate. We'll know when, just as surely as we knew that this, we'll know. And of course, I want us to be at peace and at ease. I desire us to pursue our missions, to have ample access to all of the manifestations that are necessary for us to pursue our missions, and that feeling of that more than anything else is what I can focus on desiring.
We've been partners. Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for asking.
We've partnered up, and in that partnership, there's been a lot of calibrations, and I've never been the most responsible individual. I've been somebody that's been flying by the wind, moved by spirit a lot. Found out about my mental health in 2018, where I'm on the spectrum. We're both on the spectrum.
I definitely think I have bipolar too.
And my mom, she dealt with multiple personalities, bipolar. I'm a feeler. I feel the vibe. I feel the sounds. Our meditations this morning. This idea to come out here and journal our day-to-day journey to manifesting, which is the dopest thing ever, because I get to see the abundance that's all around. And if you can't really see it, right, it's like they said, seeing is believing, faith it till you make it or fake it till you make it. I see it. I wake up, I have breath in my body. I rise in the morning, I look in the mirror, and every part of my body is in place. Like, we woke up this morning, and my ancestors showed me how to manifest. And by them showing us how to manifest, we pay a lot of attention to once we put out an algorithm to manifest. An algorithm is a set of equations of things to do, things not to do, and I just listen to people's sounds that are involved. I desire to catch the baby. I desire to drive off into the sunset, doing our pop-ups and spreading the message of Christ consciousness. My writing, I desire to be a part of a political campaign that cares about indigenous sovereignty, the rights of melanated people. I desire to feel safe for being with a vibration that is in a different avatar. 60 years ago, us being in relations together, regardless of your Taoist descent, your dad is definitely white. So I do a lot of time traveling with movies. My mom, she brought me up on movies. And when I watch movies, it captures my seeing and my hearing, which allows pictures to be painted into my head. And with all the odds stacked against whatever we're doing, my faith has been higher than it's ever been. So I woke up today, they say on the wrong side of the bed. And I know it's because of everything I did up until this point is flooding in. Where I said the definition of being vulnerable is being able to share your most intimate selves or things about yourself, and being willing to take the criticism, the abuse, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I know that I'm worthy of being able to have and parent my children and lead millions to themselves. I know that I am. I know that I'm in a position to be the best version of myself that I've ever been. I know I have a connection with my higher self. And knowing that I'm worthy of that, but to not have the physical manifestations right now. Last year, right, we manifested. This is real shit. Like, I've been houseless for the past 4.5, 5 years, right? And when we met E last year, December timeframe, November, December timeframe is when we had the vision board party. And we were in a position to solidify foundations with our family. Yeah. And I know by me just being free, like I inspire people by just being me. People are like, how do you do what you do? And I tell them all the time, I got a dope ass set of ancestors that tell me what to do. And they don't really talk to me. I'm led, I get feelings, I get images, just like a movie. And it's trending now to be what we are right now. But when I met E last year, one of the things they said to me is that they believe that they are Malcolm X. And I was like, oh, that shit is dope.
Thank you.
I thought that was one of the dopest responses ever. And it triggered a series of events, because you brought up Malcolm X in the beginning of this, creating a system of governance. We showed interest into E's business, and their business showed interest into our mission. And we got an opportunity to collaborate. And then we got an opportunity to tour last year. And I went from being houseless to having a dojo to my grandma being houseless, and then us picking her up from Vegas, causing floods and storms everywhere we go. It wasn't the first time I caused storms. I went from having $0 in my accounts to getting 22,000 at a time, 3,000 at a time. We got access to E's trust fund. So one of the things when you become married, right, or you create a union, it allows you to no longer be one, but you become three, a trinity. The individual you are, the individual they are, and then all of the experiences of y'all lives come together. And I say this because I've done more with less than I've had. And we've been so clear. We're writing more, we're drawing more. And it scares the fuck out of me at times to know that we have, and then we don't have, a set of individuals that know how important this baby is. Everyone, we've had several people that want to be their godmom, several people that want to be the goddad, that know how special this baby is.
But they don't have space and capacity for what we're doing, for real. When you tell somebody that you're building new systems of governance,
I mean, when you govern yourself, and this is what we do in the diaries for. I used to wake up houseless, right? Like not a dime in my pocket. And I would get up and I would do my meditations. I would spin, I'd go for a walk, and then money would randomly come into my account. Someone would be like, oh, God told me to give you this. So I say that because I was operating of 100% faith. My algorithm was just rituals and faith. And now I have aims and goals that are directly correlated and aligned with allowing your first child to be born in the most comfortable environment. We had Guillermo tell us that this baby is going to help bridge the gap between me and my other children's mom. And since that, you've been amazing with my daughters and my sons. You've taken, you know that this baby is their sister or brother, and this is their sibling.
and I want to give us credit because one of the things that in terms of space and capacity and really going all in with healing ancestral trauma, right? It's like I know that because of the fact that I am white and Chinese and you are melanated and indigenous, our ancestors, we're building the bridge of the gap.
It's like the stock market. It's like the brokerage firm.
It's like in many ways, I think that we both operate from a place of authentic, unconditional love, just in our beings for ourselves. We have unconditional, authentic love for ourselves, and we saw that in each other, and we built that with each other. And I think it's important for both of us to acknowledge. I know that our relationship, I know that I've created traumatic moments for you. I know that I've created traumatic moments for you. I know that I've perpetuated some of the things that my ancestors have done, and they've clashed with your ancestral trauma, just in the same way that your ancestors feel the way about mine. You've perpetuated some of the trauma that was engaged with you onto me. And ultimately, we choose to heal. And we choose to grow. And when you look at it from the programming standpoint, people look at it and like, oh, you were irresponsible with your money. Oh, you could have done this, this, and that. And, you know, to a certain degree, yes. Like, I take responsibility, yes.
I say fuck that, because I've been moving by spirit. And I told Ox this shit, and I'm going to tell you. Like, that's why algorithms work the way they work.
I think it's important to acknowledge the fact that it is all of it.
It's dope, because my reasoning for saying what I said about the money is because when we decided to engage with your family and how we engage with them, it could have allowed the monies to move a certain way. But once the damage of not just you, I told you my mom and sent my brother a message so that we can stay with them for a night. They don't know when the baby's gonna be here. They don't care if we are safe. They just need some of this baby sauce. They desire some of this energy exchange. And we did exactly what we wanted to do with the money. And I know when we go back and look at it like, oh, we could have did this, the coulda, shoulda, woulda is just getting in the way of the now blessings, in my opinion. Because your family had a hold on that money, and it could have just stayed there. And like I told you, it's gonna be a crazy market crash in the coming months. And I know that it's coming because I worked in the banking industries. So that money we helped several, at least 20 different families, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 different families be able to be closer to themselves. And I know that stands for something, even if it was $1 million that we gave away without being responsible.
And because the thing is that being responsible means that we putting ourselves first.
I've put my mission first, and my mission is to love myself and show others how to love themselves. That's why I told you, and I brought up the fact that we met in a vision board party your reasoning for coming is because you met them and you saw the energy that they had on them. You saw the energy on the David Clan. You saw them at a Londrell concert that we manifested. I'm allowed to take credit for the magical shit that happens without doing the physicalness of it and our people's heritage and culture. I told you, we're listening to you all day. And you had brought something up about bipolar. Dive a little bit more about that. What makes you feel like you're bipolar? Or why do you just realize you're bipolar?
It's not something that I've just realized. It's something that I've thought about for a few years now. I don't even know if I would. I just utilize the term bipolar or Asperger's to describe the ways in which my energy functions. I haven't been formally prescribed or anything like that.
That don't matter. You have a relationship with yourself.
I've allowed my emotions to, while everything belongs, I've also something I was thinking about earlier today is part of the journey of healing is being kind to yourself as you go through the healing process when you're doing your best to do your best and you know that doing your best isn't your best. I know that I know what it feels like for me to feel like I'm in alignment fully. And when I'm in full alignment, with my mission and with my vision, I can feel myself just moving towards, I can feel the success. I can feel the inevitability. I can feel it perpetuating me forward rather than it being something that I have to remind myself that exists. And so when it comes to talking about the bipolar, I've allowed my emotions to sway me from listening to my inner self and doing what I know is most aligned and most necessary for me in order to be on my path. And I've sacrificed it for other people plenty of times. The emotions get in the way. You think that you're doing something for somebody else. You think that um, it's a balance. Growing up as an only child, it's like I've balanced back and forth about how much do I give to myself, how much do I give to other people, and just getting to a point of where I can regulate my own emotions. That's the place that I desire to be at, where I can observe them and witness them, and I've gotten much, much better at that. But
Money is a dope thing. Your assets and resources, your value of your dreams, your desires, or your aims or goals, or I don't regret anything that I've done. Regret takes up space and gets you stuck on a constant loop. I brought up my grandma because she's engaging with early stages of Alzheimer's, and the work that we did for you and your family, just like the work that you did for my family, right? Having this baby brings more wealth and abundance to both of our bloodlines in an etheric way. This baby, this union, the baby, once you have sex with somebody, you create a union. There's soul ties. And how you feel about yourself is how the baby feels about itself, which ultimately rubs off on your partner. I know that my family don't understand what I'm doing, but I've been doing what I'm doing long enough for them to know that they have faith that I'm doing what I'm doing because I want to. I manifest very easily. That's why the money doesn't really matter, because of the manifestation abilities will always provide an opportunity for us to earn assets and resources. So I asked you about your bipolarness.
because that's all we really want
Uh,
is the solutions and the opportunities.
Bipolar is something like your emotions go up and down, they go left and right. Like it can be triggered by anything. I listened to your post today, right before we got the message from Key, who jumped on. Like everyone's tuned into our frequency. I watch when you post and how much action and attraction comes your way. Donald Trump, he broke up with his first wife because she was very successful at doing her job, and he even more than he was. This past year, you got a crash course in social media sorcery, inner child work, a lot of shamanistic resources. Not just you, but your network, your family. We went around each other's families and friends, and I get to see how our families and friends jump and how much you're in their algorithm. And they listen to the sounds that you're saying, no matter how uncalibrated they are, or no matter how whatever they are, it's and it lets me know. Naisha told me that I should be quiet for 33 days, right? And my ego wouldn't allow me to. And the reason being is because we have your sounds that come in and they have a high influence on our emotions. Your sounds, your people's sounds, my mom's sounds, my brother's sounds, my friend's sounds. And the vulnerability about this is, like I said, I don't regret anything.
No.
But I do know where we are.
Mm-hmm. Big facts. Because I'll be honest, that moment with the honeydew that I had today was one of the most beautiful moments that I've had.
So why you tie it in with being broke or having $0 in your account?
I couldn't have had that situation occur if it wasn't for that. I wouldn't have appreciated the fruit. It all belongs.
Learning how to manifest for the mission. These 7 days of diaries that we're doing is so that we can manifest for this mission. And we heard you yesterday say how your family put so much death into your frequency yesterday because your dad doesn't want to be here no more. My mom talks about death a lot too. But she uses it as a spell. And it takes up space. So I do research on your people, just like I do research on my people. I'm a big research and developer. So I'm glad you got to experience the honeydew melon. But that experience, like you said, wouldn't happen if you had money in your account. Why not? You could have bought honeydew. But the manifesting of the honeydew happened because we're at our simplest moments. We're in Richmond, Dottie. We're in Richmond, Virginia. East Coast shit. We'll be back in the Bay soon.
On the East Coast. Mm-hmm.
Once we have our child under the conditions we desire versus the conditions that our parents or family or friends or desire. I'm glad you can be as open and honest with yourself about this mission as possible, and I'm grateful. The baby's due in 6 days from today. 7 days from today.
The 6th.
6 days from today.
Mm-hmm.
And
we just desire a home birth, an Airbnb with people that we care about, that care about us, that care about what we're doing. To be at peace and at ease.
yeah, man, that's why it's like we ask you what you desire. Like I said, we just launched our mindset consulting. Also, we've had Mindset Detox TV. Dottie's funny. They don't allow us to do shit. Like, you can do what you want. We ask for forgiveness. They don't gotta put an Airbnb. There's no baby clause that say don't have it here. But we got the idea from a midwife that said we could have our free birth. We just watched a Ricky Morty episode that a free birth happened with a horse.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
our bodies know what to do. I trust them. I trust myself.
Yeah. Um, I know I started this off by letting everybody know I had an awesome cry. And this one is double the time, or 10 more minutes than the other one. Uh,
Can't read that far.
they say, wow, how cool, super cool, so aligned. I just know that we did a reading yesterday, and the reading all pointed to resilience and wealth and dedication. And we listen to Abraham Hicks all the time, and she say, if you focus on what you don't have, it's letting the universe know that you are in agreement with not having it. I trust myself to make the right decisions. I have the tools and everything I need. And I wanted to do these lives so that we can release on a daily basis and have 7 days in a row to tell the universe, this is what we have.
This is what we have.
This is what we have. I'm not doing this to ask for anything, because I know on the 7th day, actually the 6th day, is when God created man. And I know I'm a God. I've manifested a Sarah, a Muay. I manifested 9 of these opportunities with babies. Actually manifested like 15. Only 9 of them are here. I've been really quiet today. I did a lot of sleeping because I got an appointment with my therapist at 8. That was my only meeting of the day. So like, where I'm a tyrant for my love. And if I decide to share my love with anybody, it's priceless. It's priceless. So these diaries is sparked a podcast opportunity webcast. And we love your authenticity of being able to express yourself. We heard you. Our network heard you. Our ancestors heard you. And with that, we come into agreements and contentment. We rebuke the over-analyzing and procrastination. We welcome the challenges, and we see the objective, because the obstacles must give way, as our perseverance and dedication will lead to the wealth.
We invite opportunity and solution. We invite ease. We invite blessings. We call them in. We call in the path of least resistance. Our magnetic couch is magnetizing all the abundance that we need. We know that we're taken care of. I know the feeling of how I want to feel.
That's it.
And I can create it right now.
That's it.
And even this is where bringing it back to the honeydew is like the amount of abundance that we have access to, the amount of gratitude that we can access. Abundance is a feeling, and abundance comes from practicing gratitude. And I think it's also, I was thinking about it as you were saying it, I think it's also okay to declare to the universe is that I desire more. Because I know what my intention with more is. It's to multiply the blessings tenfold and return them. And to create a loop of receiving and giving and receiving and giving and receiving and giving, with the intention of elevating the collective consciousness. Of rooting everything in unconditional love, because unconditional love is abundant. We can access it infinitely. So yes, I call in the access to infinite unconditional love and infinite abundance. I'm open to pushing how far it can go. Because I know the reason why I desire it is to share it. I release all shame and guilt. That's an illusion. Shame and fear and guilt is all an illusion. So we're at peace and at ease with the ancestors.
Y'all just witnessed some shaman shit. Y'all just shamanic sounds.
A shamanic conversation.
I'm at neutral. Everyone, like, there's a lot of, it's trending to be spiritual, and there's an over emphasis on positivity and productivity.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the trauma, the tantra turn up, and the truth is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And completing the algorithm with your honeydew and your negative bank account. And knowing that the blessings are all around us, because you got to taste the honeydew with the negative bank account.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you can't find the blessing in the negative, then that means that you're missing part of the algorithm. I choose to
spend time with people who make something.
Like something about something.
So do you have anything else? I'm complete.
Yeah, I'm dying too. I feel good. I feel aligned. I feel at peace. I know that this 7-day daily manifestation, we're just calling in the opportunity. Just putting the energy out into the ether, saying we are ready and available for options, opportunity, and solution. And we're gonna get Clancy back soon.
Oh, you had to hit me though.
I wasn't trying to. I was going for the blanket next to you.
That was a lie.
No, really, I wasn't aiming for anything. I was just going at them. I was moving my hand. Anything else you want to say?
Namyo Renge-kyo. 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 7777 looks so amazing in our accounts.
Yes, it does.
All of the baby's desires are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
We be lit when shit gets thick. That's why I'm lost in time. Time is an illusion used to control the meek, used for control of the meek. Wolf eat the prey as we pray with the sheep. Elevate the conscience of those that are asleep. Tapped into the elements of hip-hop, the DJ, MC, B-boy, aerosol artist, shamanic sounds of the firmament. Damn this shit. Meant to be, so all our family can see.
Yes.
As we part the seas like Moses' staff, give them that knowledge, wisdom, love, and laughs.
Ooh, that's fire.
That was my prayer. Can you end us in breath work?
Absolutely. Breath is spirit. So we inhale, we exhale, we inhale all of the ancestors, and we exhale all of the ancestors. As we inhale, we release the lam to ground our root chakras. Inhale. Release the lam. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And release the lam. And last one. Inhale. And release the lam.